welcome back to Friday the 13th YouTube channel, Metalheads. Today you're going to be watching an interview with Holy Moses front lady, Sabrina Classen. Now, Holy Moses have been around since the early 80s and they released their first album in the mid-80s called Queen of Siam. They've been around for many, many years, and the band are about to release their last album, the 12th album in total. It's called Invisible Queen, released on Firefight Records. Now, we all know Sabrina is the godmother of death metal grinding vocals. She's a fantastic singer and influenced so many people, such as Arch Enemy vocalists, Angela and Elisa, as well as many other artists. So I'd like to wish Sabrina all the best with the future career. I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video, so please leave some comments, thumbs up, and please share on social media sites. Enjoy the interview. God bless you, Sabrina. You're a fantastic singer and I wish you all the best. Stay metal, metalheads. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Jason. Yeah.
Hi, Sabrina. How are you? Guten Tag. How are you? Are you everything good?
Yes, and you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Congratulations on a new album.
Thank you very much.
I've actually reviewed the album for you. I don't know if you've seen the actual review I did for you. It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
Yes, because I saw that I was searching for Holy Moses the last days, and now I recognize your your logo and everything. Yes, great.
Yeah,
it was great because you were mentioning really each song, and that was so great.
Thank you. Yeah, we met about 4 years ago at Bang Your Head Festival in Germany.
Ah,
you was hanging out backstage, and I said hello to you. I had my photo taken with you.
Yes, I remember, because when I saw you on YouTube, I thought, maybe I know this face. That's great. Cool.
So, congratulations on a new album.
Should I give you a secret?
Yeah, go.
It's not official, but we are playing again Bang Your Head this year.
Okay.
You are coming to Bang Your Head Festival?
No, I'm going to go to the Headbangers Open Air. That's where I met you the first time.
Ah, Headbangers. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the little garden. I met you backstage.
Yes.
We had a photo.
Bang Your Head. So it was the Headbangers Open Air. Okay.
I love that festival. It's so small and intimate. It's like awesome.
Yes, it is. It is. Yes, but we can't play because we are going 1 week later. We play Wacken Open Air. So.
Okay, so Sabrina, I'd like to say thank you for doing this interview for Friday the 13th. This is the first interview we've done, believe it or not. And Friday the 13th has been around since 1988. It used to be a fanzine back in the 80s.
Wow. So you are also so long in the scene. Wow, that's great, man. That's really great.
So I'd just like to say you are the godmother of thrash metal females. All bow to you, all bow.
Right, well, thank you.
No, I just want to ask you some warm-up questions, Sabrina. So as a singer, I mean, you are, like I said, you are the godmother of female thrash vocalists. I mean, who inspired you to become a singer, and was your vocals your first thing you learned, or did you play guitar at a young age?
I can play only a little bit guitar, only 2 riffs. So that's no guitar playing. And I can say it was an accident that I'm the singer of Holy Moses. Holy Moses was our school band on our high school. And my boyfriend in that time, Andy Classen, he joined Holy Moses. And so I was hanging around in the rehearsing room back in 1981. And so one day they kicked the male vocalist, and Ramon, the founder of the band and bass player in that time, he said, Sabina, you are hanging around here every day in the rehearsing room. You have to sing now. And I was shocked because I was knowing I cannot sing. So I went to the microphone and did this to show him I cannot sing. And Ramon said, please do it again. And I thought he's kidding on me, and I did it again. I said, see, I can't sing. And he said, that's it. And I was going really, I think, white in my face. And I thought, it's not possible. And he gave me some lyrics. And then he explained me, this is a chorus, this is a verse. You have to growl here, you have to do it here. And that happened 42 years ago, and I can't believe myself that we got a record deal, that we toured the whole world, and we have the year 23, and I'm still doing this. That's yeah, and it was an accident. So I had no idols. I was a huge Black Sabbath fan in that time, huge Ozzy Osbourne, Lemmy, AC/DC with Bon Scott, still in that time. And but there was nobody else singing like that. And I I was not sure of if this is the right way for a band with a growling woman.
I mean, when you look back at, I mean, you like you say, oh, you had these male singers inspired you. Was there any female singers that inspired you?
The only one I was knowing in that time, in the beginning of the 80s, was Susie Quattro. And there was another one, she was doing more like a pop kind, Amanda Lear. I don't know if you know her. It was in Germany, there was a TV show, Hit Parade, and she was there, and she had a little deeper voice. But so I was knowing nobody, no girls. Later, years later, I met Doro Pesch the first time when she was doing Warlock, because we had also a drummer from Düsseldorf, and he had a rehearsing room next to Warlock. And then I heard there's a girl also singing, and yeah, we were drinking some beers together. Sometimes I think it was 84, 83 or so. And years later, I was meeting other girls, so like Lee Aaron, Lita Ford, but nobody was with this voice like me.
I mean,
And
you've got a voice
yeah.
like a demon.
It's
It's like,
a
where does
little
it come from?
evening.
Possessed
Yes.
demon. I mean, but you've influenced so many people like Arch Enemy and all these other singers. There's no way these singers can say they're not influenced by you. You must have inspired them, no matter of a doubt.
Yeah, I think so. I was the first one really. So a lot of people told me right now that I maybe gave the input to the other girls to be strong and doing your own thing, and everybody was finding its own direction in this. But I think, yeah, like now with all the interviews, I think really that I couldn't believe it, but I think really I was the first one doing it like that.
I think he was, definitely. I don't think anybody was doing it before you. So much respect and love to you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. So, I mean, you guys formed back in 1980, but you didn't actually get successful till 1986 when you released your first album, Queen of Sabrina, on ARG Records. They were quite a well known label back in the day, wasn't they?
Yeah, it was great, and it was not so many labels, and we were really wondering when these guys phoned us, when they got from some friends from us a demo tape with the songs from the first years of Holy Moses, and they phoned us and said, so please come into our studio. We want to check if you really sing like that and if you really play like that. It was the first time for us to see a studio from inside, and it was an unbelievable time. Yeah, we were knowing like nothing about everything.
So where did the name Holy Moses come from, just before we talk about the first album?
Um, so there was a guy in the school who was looking for everything in this in the school, taking care of all the stuff. And so we rehearsed in the cellar from the high school. And he came one day into the rehearsing room. That was before I came into Holy Moses. And he said, Holy Moses. So like that, oh my God, what a noise is in here. And so yes, the guys, so Raman, they had the idea to name the band Holy Moses.
So what sort of reaction did you get from the first album, Queen of Siam? Did people laugh and think, is this really a woman singing? Is this for
Yeah,
real?
yeah, that's some people thought there is some tricks, yeah, something like a distortion in, or some effects or things like that. And but the Queen of Siam album, it was really the people. There was so many different reactions. So a few people said that's totally bad. So another one said, "Wow, great!" And I mean, our first demo tape in 1980 was called Black Metal Masters, and people compared my voice to a kind of black metal also, but yeah, the my voice was in that time so not like it is now. So I learned more and more to use my voice with a band, and so a lot of people really said, "Oh my God, that's bad," and we were shocked.
I mean, the first album also featured Uli Crush from, or later on joined Masterplan and Halloween. A lot of people don't know that, do they?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Oli came into the band in the age of 86. He was a really already he was really young, and he was one. He couldn't play only one bass drum, but we wanted to have two, so he rehearsed with Andy Classen each day to use the double bass. And yeah, a really young guy. I think yeah, he was like 19, but already played really good in our small hometown. And yeah, and afterwards, yeah, he wanted to go bigger, and then afterwards he joined, I think, beginning of the 90s, after our World Chaos album, he joined Gamma Ray, and later on Halloween. Yes.
I mean, I never really heard the first album, Queen of Siam, when it first came out. I listened to it a couple of years later. I first discovered you guys with Finish with the Dogs. What a brutal album that was back in the day.
Oh
I was
yes.
like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was a really big step between the Queen of Siam album and Finish with the Dogs. And I can tell you the reason was really that we rehearsed every day. In During 86, we went to a show from Anthrax, Overkill, and that day also Bobby from Overkill is a really good friend of mine, and also Agent Steel was on
Yeah,
that.
I've got the DVD.
Yeah, and we were really like flashed because they played so good and they came from the States. And so Andy and we said, so now we rehearse really every day to come more into a really good aggressive Holy Moses feeling. And so there was a really huge step between both albums in 1 year. Yeah, you are right.
So, who inspired you? Because I know you're influenced by some punk bands. Was the punk scene a big influence on Holy Moses?
Yes, because in the beginning when we started, so there was there was Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Kiss, bands like that, and in the punk scene there was like I loved bands like Sex Pistols and Dead Kennedys and stuff like that, especially also the Sex Pistols, and uh, and yeah, that was our feeling. I mean, so in the beginning, we had to find really what we are, and I mean, we couldn't play so good in the beginning, and so and the punk atmosphere was like doing what you feel and not thinking so much, and yeah, and you can hear that on the first albums really a lot. Yeah.
I mean, when you say like Dead Kennedys and Sex Pistols, I don't hear that in your music. I hear more like Discharge, GBH,
Yes.
Exploit, the more aggressive British punk.
Yeah, yeah, that came also. Yeah, so I started with Sex Pistols, and then this Sarge and the harder stuff came. Yeah, but it's I had to come into it.
So I mean, you've done so many great albums over the years. I mean, how do you class your music? Because like German thrash is not for the faint-hearted. It's very aggressive German thrash. You know, there's a lot of American bands that are kind of lame compared to the German scene. Do you agree that the German scene's more brutal than the American scene?
I don't know. I never was thinking about that. But I think like also brutal like we yeah, Flotsam and Jetsam or
Creator
Exogen.
or
Yeah,
Creator, you can't
yeah,
compare them
yeah.
because it's two different types.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And I think the good thing is that we never ourselves, we were never thinking or comparing us to the other ones. We only wanted to be good like we are. So, and yeah.
I mean, you've done so many great albums. I mean, I mean, just looking at the list here, you've got like Reborn Dogs, which is obviously finished with the dogs. Is that correct in saying that you've done like a part two?
um yeah, but also that I don't know why we have always these dogs in Holy Moses lyrics. And yeah, it is it's coming. So I think the good thing is that we are not so much thinking about everything So that's really coming from our heart. And yeah, but it's not like a part two. It's more like it's coming into from a feeling. And but it's funny that you say it. Yeah, it could be like a part two. You are right.
In many more years. I mean, like I say, apparently you broke up in like 1994, didn't you? And you came back in 2000. Why did you break up? What was the reason?
You remember the 90s, that was a really hard time for thrash metal bands. The scene was going a little bit down because new directions came, grunge and things like that. And in that time, Andy Classen, so Oli Kush was going to Gamma Ray and Halloween, and we had to find a new drummer. And he came from the Rikers, more hardcore band. Then Lilker from SOD Nuclear Assault came into Holy Moses. And so the new album, the No Matter What's the Cost album in 94, was more into a hardcore direction. And that was not my feeling. And so I was not clear how I can go on with Holy Moses. So there was a really kind of depressive phase of us. And I was thinking about to do a solo project to go over this time. And I met the guys from Warpath, Schröder and Ozzy. They split it up with Warpath, and they had the idea to be my musicians for my solo project. And then it was like a really great team. And so we founded together Temple of the Absurd. So we were not doing a solo project. It was like saying, okay, we do a band. And then we had a lot of fun, great tours from 95 to 99. But then I had myself a really bad motorcycle accident, and I was nearly dead. And when I woke up in the hospital, in my head, it was directly, I have to be back with Holy Moses, because I'm still Sabina from Holy Moses, and it's so important for my life. And so I phoned Andy and said, I need to do a new Holy Moses album. And from this day on, I started again. So it was like only 4 years, Temple of the Absurd, but it was a really great rock and roll time for me. I moved in that time to Hamburg, in a bigger city, so I learned a lot of things, and I was coming back as a new and more stronger Sabina than ever before.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad things gone really well for you. So, Sabrina, when you look back at all the albums you've done with Holy Moses, do you have any favourite albums?
Yes, I have, but it's really hard because on one side, each album is a special kind of period of my life. So I love them all because when I listen to it, I feel how I was feeling in that time and what happened. But deep in my heart, Queen of Siam, because it was the first one, is a special album for me. But Finish with the Dogs and The New Machine of Liechtenstein, these are two really special albums for me and that time. Yes.
Right, okay then. So, the newer lineup, Andy's no longer with the band, but is he still producing the band's music?
Yeah, the new album, and it's the last album. Yeah, I decided this is one.
Oh no, please, you make me cry. No, please.
It is. I
What?
decided with the
Why?
band
Why?
together. You see, I'm going this year 60. And as a musician, I said to myself, I don't want to die on stage. Now I'm full of energy. It makes me a lot of fun to do. But you need to know when you have to stop, because you can do it like a chewing gum. Yeah. You can put it more and more. But to stop on a really good high point, this is important for me. I have a second life. I'm in my other life, I'm a psychotherapist. You see my horses in the back. I'm a Rido Healing Horses coach. So these horses are working with me, coaching people to go stronger. And Holy Moses is not easy music. You have really to rehearse every day. You have to be really strong doing everything. And I spent 43 years of my life, and I want to be more free next year. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's also a lot of pressure, and also the scene changed a lot. I mean, with all the social media things, everything what I learned in the beginning of the band, everything is totally new. And so I think to find a really way, I mean, what Slayer did, saying, okay, we stop. And yeah, now I know I can give all my power to Holy Moses for this last year. And so I decided to find a point when I'm really okay, since I'm still looking okay, and I know what I can do, and the next year there starts a new life for me.
Okay, well, congratulations. Good luck with that, Sabrina. I hope it goes well for you. So, I mean, the current lineup, you've got Peter in the band who plays the guitar. Then you've also got Thomas who plays bass and Gerrit on drums. How long's this lineup been together? Because, like, Andy left the band, he's just helping production now, isn't he?
Yeah, they are now in the band nearly 15 years. So they also did already with us with me together the Redefined Ma'am album 9 years ago. Thomas joined the band in 2008, and Gerd and Pete were following him in 2011. Um, they are all tight friends since years. They played already together in other bands, and this team is now really good together. I mean, we played the last 10, 11 years, so many shows together, and they really feel Holy Moses. So I think what they wrote is now an album what describes the whole decades of Holy Moses. And they are really with their hearts in Holy Moses. And I was blown away myself when I heard the first demo tracks when they started up to write new songs. I said, it's unbelievable. They really feel Holy Moses. And it's not easy because they were not there in the beginning of the band. They are 20 years younger than me. But we played so many shows together. They really took with the old songs also. And this the energy, the aggressiveness kind of feeling what is important for Holy Moses. Yeah, it's in their hearts.
Well, okay, then. So, the title for the new album, Invisible Queen, who came up with the title?
um, that was a combination from Pete and me, because I said once, okay, with this album, I will be, I will make myself invisible. And Pete said, you are the queen for a lot of people, so the queen is going invisible. And then he said, this is a title track, Invisible Queen. And I said, but I don't want to say to myself, I'm the queen. And then Pete said, okay, don't worry, I write the lyrics about you. Because I said, I can't write about myself. And so he wrote the lyrics for Invisible Queen. Yeah.
I'm gonna say the album cover's fantastic. It's like it portraits you on the throne with like cobwebs and like these demon dogs. Is that, am I pretty much right in saying that?
Yeah. All right. I love this cover also. When it's on the point. Everything what Holy Moses means is also in this cover artwork, and I'm so happy. We gave Gula some ideas, and then he painted it, and he gave us the first pictures, and we said yes, that's it. Yeah, it means everything. I think if you look deeper into each detail, yes, you see, yeah.
I was trying to explain to the viewers that were reading the review that it looks like you're sat on a throne and it's like you've got cobwebs and you've got like these demon dogs. And who did the artwork? Who's the guy who did it? Because it's a great cover.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, Gila, yeah, Gila is his name. I think he's coming from Czech or so. Yeah, yeah.
that would look fantastic as a t-shirt, no doubt about it.
Yes, it's as coming as a t-shirt. Yeah, we are working right now on it, and with
Please,
all the
please save me one. So you've got like 12 songs. How long did it take to record this album, Sabrina?
it was a period over 3-4 years, because the first idea was really to release this album to our 40 years anniversary in 21. And we started up to write new songs shortly after the Redefined Mayhem album. But then, this strange virus came over the world. And we had already everything in our planning. And then from one day to the other, the lockdown came, and each of us were sitting at home, and we couldn't rehearse because each member is coming from another city in Germany, and we are really far away. So we had to rehearse on Skype. That was really funny and amazing, because you had always such a time difference, yes, with the internet. Oh God. And then we were sending files to each other. And so it was another work than years before. So because we couldn't rehearse. And so it took a lot longer than we thought with everything. And but I was going then really, so the lockdown was over in, it was like in the end of 22. No, end of, yeah. No, it was like, during 22. I was going then to Andy Classen into the Stage 1 studio, and to Schröder from Temple of the Absurd in the Absurd Studios in Hamburg. And I recorded my vocals, because I said, I need a real studio to do everything, and I don't want to concentrate on my own computer. I do have also here a little home office and home recording studio, but I said, I need a producer who is kicking my ass and say, Sabina, you can do it better. I need the atmosphere. And so I made everything ready. So, but this process to have everything together, because we couldn't go really in a normal studio because of the lockdown. It was forbidden to meet the people. And that was really crazy. I think this is maybe also a part of the aggressive thing in the album, because it was so unbelievable to record an album in during the lockdowns. Yeah.
Right then, so do you have any favourite songs from the new album? What's your favourite ones?
My favorite ones are really Invisible Queen, Cult of the Machine, Downfall of a Mankind, and Alternative Reality. But the other ones, so I mean, depersonalized, or it's, I think it's each song is really great. Cult of the Machine was him. That is also, it was like, so I was crying. It was like, wow, everything is so fast. I have no moment in most of the songs to breath.
Would you say that this album you put the most effort into it, with it being the last one? Have you put the more effort into this, the vocals, you know?
No, I think I was only concentrate to do it the best I can do. And I tried to not think about it's my last album. I was like, I was feeling more like it's like in times like the finish with the Dogs, a New Machine of Liechtenstein. So I was in the studio and thinking, so okay, now I feel really young. I'm like beginning of the of like 20, 23, 24 years old. Sabina tried to get the feeling of the old times, and not thinking about now you are going 60 this year or things like that.
And you're still looking great.
Thank you. So as not thinking in the bad thing. So like, it's the last album. So I was like, I'm in the middle of my career and do the best I can do. That was my feeling to do it.
So how do you see this album as a progression from all the other albums?
Yeah, you're right. It is a progression. It's like, I think it's Holy Moses in the here and now, 23, but with all the feelings of over all decades. This is really everything in what Holy Moses means. And with no compromises, not following any trends, really doing what we want, because we don't need that somebody says anymore, you are good or you are bad. So I think if you like Holy Moses, then you will like the whole new album. But it's for me, it was like everybody can think what he wants. It's that what I like to do, what we like to do as a band, and that was freedom, freedom
Okay.
for me.
So do you think that you'll be doing a live DVD? Because you must be touring soon for this album. You've got to do a DVD because if this is the end of Holy Moses, you have to do a DVD without a doubt.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, we never did a DVD, we never did a live album. And I think we have to give that as the end of Holy Moses really to our fans. And we have the chance to record a lot of things during this last final rain tour now this year. And I think, yeah, for sure, we need to do a DVD. I always said I don't want to have a DVD or a live album because you only can really feel Holy Moses if you come to a show, see us live with all this energy. Um, but I think as a last step, you are right. I think we have to do it.
A live DVD with like a bonus DVD with like old material from the early days, so people can see how you
Yeah,
progressed. And so, what
yeah.
sort of album reviews have you been getting so far for this album? Have you been getting some positive reviews?
Oh yes, it's amazing. All reviews are right now really really good. So we are sitting here, and um, I only can say thank you, and I'm so grateful, thankful that everybody likes it, and that the people feel really fans, journalists, so the people who already heard it, or also with this first video, we are getting so many reactions from the fans, and it's really something special for me. Yeah.
Right, are you going to be doing another video? Because you've only done one promotional video at the moment. You're going to do how many more songs are you going to release?
There's another one coming on 10th of March. So this week, Friday, to Cult of the Machine.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, Sabrina, I'd like to wish you all the best with the album and the tour. God bless you and all the best for the future. Do you have anything to say to anybody watching this on YouTube?
Yes, thank you very much to everybody supporting Holy Moses for the last 42 years. Without you, it would not be possible that I'm still doing it. And I hope I will see most of you watching now this here on YouTube on one of the shows on the last final rain tour. And yes, and I'm so thankful that you gave me the power, each of you, the energy to do it for 42 years in my life. Thank you so much.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Sabrina, I wish you all the best, my love. Take care. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll send you the link when this interview's online.
Yeah, please.
Thank
Yes.
you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Bye bye.
Bye.